we are now recording, people. I have a stream deck now that I can push all the buttons with, and I have been using this for a while. But hello and welcome everybody, welcome to my stream. But not only can I do all that, I can access all of my toggles. I can access everything that I need to. It's so grand. I love it. Funny enough, I've actually been using the stream deck for a lot of things, and even to do art. Like, to draw in Clip Studio and everything, which is actually really, really helpful. So, it's, I don't know if it's really been speeding up my process at all. I think I still need to, I think maybe just the keyboard is better. But I'm testing it for like making some comic pages and other art and seeing how well it helps and everything. So far for making regular art actually speeds it up a little bit. I don't know about comic though. I don't have enough buttons. If it was like the bigger one, it's the smaller, like standard one that has like 15 buttons on it. It's not the 30 button one. It's not the gigantic huge one. But I don't need the big one in order to do anything, you know? I don't need that. But we have a new thing today. Hello. Hello, Matt. Welcome in. Why is it that the chat is not working? I don't know what's happening. The chat box just hasn't been working recently. I don't know what's the problem with it. I'm just gonna leave it, honestly. It's only in the chat window too for some reason. It's not anything else. What did you do to the boy? Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. He's gonna get revealed. Don't worry. For those that are new, we have used this George, this little cute PNG George, for over about 2 years. Like, that's how old George is. Oh, hello. My mother just scared me. I just heard you walking by and I was like, what are you doing? Okay. I need to fix the door so I can close the door. My mom was putting towels away and the linen closet is right next to my office door. And I can't see the door's behind me, so I just hear steppies and opening doors. And I'm like, I gotta be able to like close the door more. But the thing is, I still haven't attached the door hinge back into the door, like, I don't know what you call it, the door jamb. I haven't like attached it back yet, so the door still is broken. I can't close the door, but I probably shouldn't close the door anyways, because my dog likes to come in and chill with me, so. But anyways, George, we've been using this, well, this George in particular we've only been using for a year, this style of George. We originally started with another style of George, but today George is getting an upgrade. We're going to test some things. You guys can test things. And if you go into your little channel point stuff, you will see that there are new channel points. But there are channel points that have some added things to them. This is a new thing that we're doing, and it's to set up for 2.0 George. So this is kind of a pre-George, pre-testing George to make sure things work. So that then when I finish him for the 2.0, because he's not finished yet, you know, we can have stuff. Cyber George, I wish. Well, maybe one day if we do a cyberpunk outfit or anything like that in future, we'll do Cyber George, okay? But we're going to say goodbye to that George. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to George here. Say goodbye to PNG George here, because they are no longer going to be here anymore. Because this George is somewhat being retired. I might still have them in promotional art and things like that. So they might be still popping up here and there. But we must say goodbye to PNG George and say hello to new George. So let me get them. Don't worry. I'm not broken. It's just taking... There we go. It just took a second. It's the boy. The boy is here. Oh my god. No, George. The boy is here. He blinks. Yes. He moves. He breathes. He's alive. He's alive. Why are you angled? Hold on a minute. George, there we go. But yes, George is now alive. He doesn't blink when I blink. I made sure to make him auto blink, so he's auto blinking. I was trying to also make it so that he doesn't smile when I'm supposed to be smiling, but I guess that didn't fix itself. That's okay, that's fine. But you can make George talk. We now have instead of BiguBot, we have VTS Pog, which is awesome. I have not connected VTS Pog to ChatGPT. I don't want to do that, and that's just personally my thing. Thinking we were getting a complete redesign. No, we're not going to completely redesign George. George is perfect how they are. Isn't that right, George? Okay. No, I'm not gonna be redesigning George completely. George is getting like upgrade for 2.0. He is getting like some accessories, so he is getting that. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he is getting some stuff for 2.0, but that's not right now. Right now George is just George, because you know, I still wanted to keep the characteristics of George. I feel like if I completely redesigned him, like, it wouldn't be George anymore, you know? Get me? Feel me? I feel like it wouldn't be George. So, George has some new things. If you guys do Storm check-in, you can click on Storm check-in and it will do something. He'll say something. And yeah, because VTS Pog is able to connect to Mix-It-Up Bot, and Mix-It-Up Bot allows me to be able to still do stuff. Wait, George, why do you not have your sound on here? I put your sound on here. What do you mean VTS Pog is not in here? He's supposed to say something and I heard it. You guys just didn't hear it. What the heck? Oh, wait, no. Not that one. Hold on. Hold on. I did a dumb. This one. See, this is why we test things. Today is testing George Day. I saw his mouth move. Yeah, I know. I was just dumb. I forgot to put some stuff in. You know what? I'm gonna put this in here so that then I don't forget that it's part of this. Okay, good. So this is what he was supposed to do.
A storm is checking in. To ensure check-in is complete, please give me your credit card.
That's what he's supposed to do. I was just dumb and forgot to put the VTS Pog elsewhere. So let the George testing begin. Okay. There is some things that he says when you change things on my model. He is not on every model, so if you change me to a chibi model, I will have to manually put him on me. So yeah. George, you want my social security number too? No, please do not give George your social security number. Please do not give George your social security number. I beg you. He does not need more power. George does not need more power over you all, okay? Oh my gosh. I already know that George is going to be really, really chaotic to have around. But for the most part, George is actually always going... Oh, hello, George. George is always going to kind of appear on my head. So he's always going to kind of be chilling out up here. The reason being of why is because if I put him on my shoulder, I don't think it would really work too well because my hair is kind of gonna be slapping him in the butt. I think that's a little... I don't think that that's really good. But he looks a little awkward here. He's actually works really well on my 2.0 shoulder. I tested because I wanted to make sure that George fit. That George would fit. But there are some things that you can do. You can offer George a bag of flies now. I know that we've been thinking about doing this for a while. You can now offer George a bag of flies. It doesn't work completely because I need to still I need to figure out when you take away his bag of flies. Because the thing is...
Nu lukt samma hobbits.
George, why did you sound like a completely different person? Was that just me or did he sound different? That is not how VTS Pog, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to only play from this. Imposter George. What? That is... Okay, so sometimes when the VTS doesn't work...
Did you remember to hit save?
George, why are you random? What? George, why? What happened? George, you're not supposed to have a different sounding voice. You're supposed... It's on the correct one. It should not be random. Why is it random? Why is it giving you random voices? That's so weird. Hold on. Let me... What happened? Uh-oh. Something happened. Oops. Okay. Well, I can't check that there for some freaking reason. Oh, here we go. Okay. Random voice redeem? Oh. Maybe I should leave that unavailable. Alright. Maybe now it won't do a random. Because that shouldn't be happening. I don't know why it was doing that. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm just dumb. I'm just a little dumb. Okay.
Test.
There we go. There we go. There we go. George is fine now. I was just dumb. I thought I needed to put that name in both things. I did not. I did not need to do that. I'm just dumb. I didn't read it.
Test. Give me your credit card.
Yep, now it works. Now George is fine. You know what the funny thing about George is? Do you guys want to know what sound he uses? What sound George uses? There, our boy is fine. I was just an idiot. I read things incorrectly. Okay, you want to know the funny thing is? George is technically neither man or woman. You want to know why? Because George uses Emma British English as that is a little behind the scenes knowledge for you all. You're welcome. Things that you didn't need to know, but now know. So anyways.
Princess.
You can give George a blankie, and you can take the blankie on and off whenever you feel like it. I might have it eventually be a cooldown. You can give George a bag of flies. I might also make that a cooldown eventually. Just means like it'll be on for a while and then it'll come off. So you can give George a bag of flies, you can give him blankie. Oh, there you go! There's George's blankie. George was just a little sick. Yeah, George just had a little bit of the flu, okay? They just got over it. See, they're all nice and cozied up. They just had a little bit of the flu. I totally wasn't being a dumb idiot and just didn't know what the frick I was doing. So, there's that. Oh, look at your little blankie, George. I actually really love this blankie. It's super cute. It's a super cute little blankie. And yes, it's supposed to like wiggle with him, but for some reason like the physics isn't working. But I think it's just because physics are weird. So yeah. You can I do believe that you can turn on bag of flies and everything at the same time. There's a few other things that I do need to update as well with it, but there's probably gonna be a lot more things when the 2.0 comes out. Oh, by the way, George's little accessory that he's gonna get, because George is gonna get a little bit of an accessory, and I'll tell you what the accessory is, because I'll tell you what one thing you can do. You could ask it to become the Dimmadome. And if you guys understand what the Dimmadome is, then you'll understand what you can do and what the accessory is. And I am going to do my best to make sure that no matter how small George is, it will always be off of the screen. I am going to make sure, no matter what, that it will always be off of the screen. So if like, let's say that George is this small and they're like down here, it will always be off the screen. Like it'll be always like somewhere else. I was also thinking about making George like fly away, but I decided to scrap that little wing design that I was gonna go for him, because I was like, that's too much going in a different direction for George. And I was like, nah, George can still be a little frog, you know? George is just a frog. Oh, George is a frog now attached to my hair. George, oh no, oh no, George, George. Well, I just kind of I guess they're just hanging around now, you know? Oh my gosh. I'm having a little too much fun with George. But yeah. There is some other things that George can do and say. Like George's chaos. George will now say something.
Yank.
You know? But George now says something whenever he does George's chaos. Also, when you do ads, he'll say something. He says something for head pats. Okay, so there's one problem. I was trying so hard to make it so you could still pat George, and it seems that that is going to be impossible with the way that I normally set it up. So I have to do it in the model. So I have to go back to the model and change that. He does say something for body be gone and furry mode. He says stuff for that. So yeah. There's a few things that he says stuff for. I might add more things as time goes on. Like for example, jail. I might have him say something. So there's like things that we can always add to him and just kind of have fun with. So yeah, but that's George. That's George basically. And then if you give him his bag of flies,
Mother's become her true self.
I'm surprised that you said that one, George. There's 3 different things George can say for furry mode. There are 3 things.
Thanks for the flies.
Oh, aw, George got a little bag of flies. George, you're gonna end up getting really big with those flies. I don't think he cares. I don't think George cares too much. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he's not on every model still. I still have to do that, so that'll slowly be happening over time. So if he's not on a model, like let's say like you guys change me into the Furby model and he's not there, I will put it in manually and just like quickly do it on the fly. Bag of flies on the fly. Look. Oh my gosh. I will say though, I'm having a lot of fun with my my new Stream Deck overall, because it's just been so much easier to do stuff. I still need to do some things and figure out a few things, but now I can move forward and back whenever I want. I like how George's little eyes, little beady eyes are right there, just looking at you. And then I can stare at you. Push George down. No more George. But yeah, I honestly really like how George came out. That was something that I did at the end of the year and finished up on and really started like getting the hang of doing, and had so much frustration trying to get the VTS Pog to work and other things. But it worked. It worked in the end. Right, George? So yeah, so this is the new George. That's like probably the biggest announcement that I can give out to you guys of things that I did last year, along with like all the art and stuff that we made. Oh my gosh, I went over all that stuff in last stream, but I think I wanted to give something new for the first stream of the year, you know? I think that this is great. This is a big new reveal, and I was gonna try and hype it up more, but I was like, I have so much to work on. I still have 2.0 stuff to finish, okay? Okay? I literally yesterday just finished making the 2.0 model reveal. I know that I've done a model reveal in the past with it, but I kind of changed a lot of things with the design again, and then I did a reveal, and then I changed things. Look, I'm sorry, I can't keep consistent. I keep changing shit. Okay, but no, seriously, it's done. It's done being changed now. It's all fine. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's all good. We're Gucci now. Okay. The model is at its final peak. Okay, or for right now. For now. I say as I hold a 3.0 in the background. I literally told Center, because I was like talking with Center, and I told Center, I was like, Center, I did something terrible, and they were like, what did you do? And I was like, I'm already making my 3.0, and they're like, what are you doing? Look, I'm a mad woman, all right? Center must realize this at this point. I don't know how to make myself not stop working, I swear to God. Oh my gosh. But you know what I probably should bring up? Hold on. Let me go grab it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm just gonna open it up over here so we can go over.
I'm going to be George Flyer Dome.
George Flam. I don't know what that means, but okay. Sure. I'm sorry. I don't know how to respond. I don't know what that means. Anyways, let me go to, no, where am I going? There you go. I just forgot, I forgot the way things are supposed to be. Right, cool. The George version of Doug Dimmadome. Oh my gosh. George would become, you know, George is slowly but surely becoming Doug Dimmadome. Oh wait, did I have a cooldown on your blankie and I just forgot? I guess I did. I was smart about that. I didn't realize I already had a cooldown on it. Well, fantastic. Sometimes I don't remember things. Alright. Before I turn this on, let me like make sure this is okay. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that like before I turn this on that it's correct. So we have some other big announcement news of thing. Oh, hello. Hi there. You're not supposed to see that. I just won't move. So we have a new channel. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Art Creates channel that I normally had is now called the VODs channel. And now we have a new channel called Art Creates. So I have two channels now. It was actually really easy to make it. However, there's some things in the background of the channels that I'm just like, why? So first off, for some reason, I cannot have external links for like 2 months until they see that I'm actually not a bot and that I'm actually like posting content, like I'm a person. Do you want to know? They are like, okay, there's 3 things that you can do in order to get verification so that then you can be able to post, like to post with external links, and also to post like really long videos. They're like, here, you do one of these 3 things. The first one, take a picture of your ID. Excuse me? No, I'm not doing that. Second thing, take a 6-minute recording of yourself. I don't think my VTuber model is going to count. Even though that is what I'm gonna probably be using, right? So I'm like, okay, my VTuber model is probably not gonna count with that, and I don't want to take a recording of myself, right? And then the last one was build up a channel history, right? And that channel history just means like you interacting with people, you know, you subscribing to people, you watching videos. But I thought like that it was like that, but it was like no. You need to have built up like a history of posting, right? And I'm like, but I want my external links to work too for that. Nope. No external links. I can't do external links. So yeah, that's kind of how apparently this channel is going to be. So for a while, any videos that are probably going to be posted on here, the description links are not going to work. I hope that they work afterwards, because I'm going to be really honest, it would be really upsetting that, you know, I post up a few videos this month, because there's a few videos kind of like already ready to go. They're re-uploaded videos from the VODs channel that were edited videos that are kind of getting posted onto here to just be on their own like channel thing. There's gonna be other stuff on here as well, like speed paints and a few other things of like commentary or other recorded edited videos that I want to work on. So this is like mainly like a different kind of thing, like highlights, art, maybe advice, maybe some game videos. So this is more of my I would say the main point of this is my edited content video area, and that's how I'm gonna classify it as. So yeah, if you want to go and follow that, it's Art Creates or at Art Creates Official. I just put the official because in case in the future, like in the future I want to like maybe do some, I don't know if I will, like let's say I want to do like I reveal my face and I want to do like face stuff, then it's like it's fine, it's okay, like, you know, so I can be able to change things if I need to or anything like that. So that's why I that's why a lot of times I don't put VTuber in my stuff a lot of the times, even though that yes I am a VTuber, but it's like in case in the future I want to like change things, then I have that ability to be open to it and don't have to worry about much. So yeah. But there is some stuff that's gonna be put on here. If I go to playlists, you can kind of see some stuff. This is private playlist, but in this playlist, if you're on the Patreon, you can be able to access this little thing. It's the full speed paints. Oh yes, face stuff, yeah, face stuff. But you can access the full I call it full speed paints, but in reality it's just like real-time drawing. And you can have access to that. This was one of this was like working on like some art pictures. I have like a few VODs right now for this that I need to upload. But yeah, if you're on the, I will eventually turn them into speed paints and they'll be uploaded onto here. But for like right now, it's like there's like other stuff. I'm like planning on things. I like have a little thing of things that I kind of want to do and edit and talk about and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's like another thing I kind of want to work on throughout the year. I don't know how well it's gonna go. I'm just gonna like, again, I'm gonna like take it with the thing of I don't need to be making content continuously, consistently on this channel. It's like this is kind of like things that I kind of want to do and kind of just go into and experiment with. But honestly, I like live streaming a lot more than editing and making videos. I'm going to be honest here. As much as editing videos and all of that is really fun, and I have a few ideas for some video stuff, it's not my main content that I like making. So there is that. So I'll just put that out there. Like, again, it's not like I don't like doing it. It's just like there's other stuff I like a lot more, like doing a lot more with. But there is some stuff that I know I could probably only do through video content. So that's why I kind of have that. But yeah. And who knows, I might do some video essay stuff. I kind of like that kind of content. I would say this channel is going to be definitely a mixed bag of content. And I think like a lot of times, a lot of people like to say like, oh, your channel shouldn't, you know, you really need to find like your own stuff. And I'm like, look, I'm interested in a lot of different things and doing a lot of variety of different content. And that's just how I am. I've always been like that. Because I feel like if I tie myself down to one thing, I'm going to get bored and tired of doing it. And then I'm just going to have no passion in doing it anymore. Because then I'm just going to get burnt out on doing it. So it's like, I want to just do what I want to do. And if like, because like I want to do, now that this channel exists, I want to do like a whole entire like how to do world building using, and then of course referencing other different kinds of things. And then also referencing of course my own comic and how to apply this to an actual thing and how it works really well. And kind of just like go from there with that. So that's kind of some big stuff. I don't know when I'll be working on it, or, you know, it's just like whenever I have time to be able to sit down and really record and do videos. Because again, I'm also working on the comic, so that also takes up a lot of time. And I know it takes a long time and a lot of time because literally yesterday I recorded one of the full like speed paint things. Do you want to know? This is just for, by the way, this is just for doing the coloring. This is not for anything else. Comic? Yeah, my comic that I work on. You see it up at the top. Yeah, if you type in ! comic, and let me just do this. Ooh. There you go. I don't really like calling it my VTuber lore comic anymore, because honestly it's just this like own thing. I would say it's just a comic and then I use the main character from it to be my VTuber model. Like that's now what it is, honestly. But anyways, yesterday I was recording me working on page 3, and this was like only the art of it. We go into properties, I think it says how long it is. No, it doesn't. Damn it. Oh, it says it here. There you go. Oh, that comic, yeah. It's okay, so let me just tell you all right now, okay? Chapter 4 is coming out this month, right? It's coming back this in January. This is how far I have written out, but it's going to be longer than this. I have chapter 38 written out. It's longer than that. We're only on chapter 4. What have I done? What have I done? And the thing is I would love to be releasing it once a week. I cannot. I can only release it once a month. Because if we released it once a week, like, honestly, that wouldn't be too bad, you know? It'd be like, okay, that's not too bad. But hopefully I want to get up to doing bi-monthly. Not bi-weekly. Bi-monthly. That means like 2 times a month. And how am I gonna do that? I have no idea. I probably should have planned this out way better, honestly. But I was like, you know what? If I don't do it now, I'm never gonna get it done. So, yeah. Okay, honestly, it looks like a lot, but I'm honestly, you know, I'm already a few pages in, like, completed pages into chapter 6. Chapter 4 is getting released. So it's like, you know, if I plan things out correctly, it'll work. It'll take a long ass time for it to be completed, but you know what? At least my work might be completed before, who's the writer of, Game of Thrones? At least my stuff will be completed before his next book even comes out. Alright? I bet my stuff will be completed before it comes out. Look, I will throw shade where shade is needed because everybody talks about this stupid book ain't coming out. But anyways, do you want to know how long it takes me to complete a page sometimes? Depending on how complex the page is, and in this particular page, there was a lot of characters, so it was like a lot to like color and render, because I basically color render, and it takes me like a day to complete one page. It took me 5 hours and I still wasn't done. That's how long it takes me to color and render one page. Again, it depends on the complexity, and the page was really complex. For a not so complex page, it takes me about 3 hours, like 3 to 4 hours, which isn't that bad. That's not bad. So yeah, but I might do some more streaming with working on it, so you guys can kind of see the progress. I'm not gonna do it all the time. I'm gonna just do it now and then. And for pages that do not give spoilers to stuff, like non-spoiler pages. And I don't think like we're that really far into it that things would really be spoilers. So there's that. But yeah. So that just goes to show like how long it takes to make a page. And that's why like I feel like a lot of, you know, comic creators just, I feel like if you're an independent person, it's a lot to do, and it would be very, very nice to like be able to kind of, I would say if I was able to just like have an editor to like edit all my videos for me and stuff like that would be really nice. But you know, I don't have the ability to do that right now. And also sometimes I kind of just like editing my own stuff. There's that too. I like editing my own stuff sometimes here and there. And I've now started to get to I kind of started getting used to using DaVinci Resolve a lot more, because that's what I've been using to like edit my clips, and now we'll be making videos from it. Like, it's been a lot easier to handle, and a lot more things that I can do with it. Sometimes it be a butt, but it works. It works for what I need. So yeah. But yeah, so that's yeah. Ugh, honestly, thinking about the comic stuff, it just makes me feel a little bit overwhelmed sometimes. Like, I'm now like super overwhelmed with thinking about it again. Jesus. Why have I done this to myself? Because I wanted to write a comic story. I will say though, even though that I have written up to 38 chapters, my goal is to still have it be, or try and have it be, under 100. And honestly, right now, it seems like that is going well with how I wanted it to be. So, good. Again, there's also a lot of stuff that might get cut, or like some chapters that might be like merged together. So instead of it being like that whole entire chapter, it'll just be like merged together. So it might even be less than what I have already written. I just literally am just kind of planning it out, so that then like everything kind of makes sense, and like different foreshadowing things make sense for later. And yeah. So I'm basically having a whole entire outline right now. And I actually am writing it like in a physical thing, so that in case anything happens, at least I have a physical thing that it's written in, so I don't have to worry about stuff. The only thing is that the writing, like script stuff of like writing in the dialogue, I still have that completely left up to what I feel like they should be saying in that chapter. Because I just want to make it like that. I think it's way easier and just like better to, you know, feel like what the characters want to feel in that. It's a long process to try and make a comic, but don't do what I'm currently doing. Like, at least have maybe half of your comic done before you start publishing it. At least over half. So that then you can be working on the other half while that half's being published. Because then you don't have to take any hiatuses. And honestly, what I'm planning to do is once I get up to chapter 14, I believe, I'm gonna take a hiatus until I get to about maybe chapter 30 or 40. At least finishing like 2 other arcs. So that then I can basically just like have that all backlogged and then, you know, do other stuff. So yeah, that's my plan. Backlog as much as possible, and then be able to post it up again. So who knows how long it'll be where I'm just working on that in the background and stuff. But I might have it be that the Patreon members will be able to see like kind of all that progress work even in between stuff. Maybe I'll draw some things here and there for comic people. I don't know. But the good thing is that you can read my comic and not know anything of my streaming or VTubing or anything like that. You don't have to do that. I'm just writing what I want to write and what I want to create, and you can read that and you don't have to know anything else about me. And that's what I like. That's what I like doing. Because there's like plenty of people that like oh my gosh, that cough. Oh my gosh. I like swallowed my spit down the wrong way and it, you know, coughed. Yeah, I coughed a lot. Yeah. I talk way too much about my comic, I'm gonna be honest, but I think it's just like I'm super passionate about it, that's why. Honestly, like working on it, like it's like, you know, it's working on like a new piece of art every single day, you know? And I have noticed over time that because I'm basically drawing and doing art every single day, I have been getting better. Sometimes, I will say though, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, okay? That is true. Even my current comic pages, like, sometimes the page is really good, sometimes the page is really shit, and there's nothing I can do. And I just look at it and I'm just like, well, I'm like, you know what? Is it good enough? Does it show enough of what needs to be? And if so, yes, okay, move on. Because I think like a lot of people, when they're making a comic or even making art stuff, they always want it to be perfect. And I'm like, look, perfection is an illusion. Perfection is an illusion and a handicap that we put on ourselves. You don't really need that in order to be great or amazing or make really great or an amazing art. You just need to, you know, be yourself. You need to be good. You need to be great and amazing to yourself. And you also, I think you also need to, you know, humble yourself a little bit, okay? Sometimes. And also, sometimes give yourself a pat on the back, okay? Not everything's gonna work the way that you think it does, and sometimes, if you just let it go, you'll make great stuff. And, you know, I'm more overwhelmed in my comic for, like, how long it's gonna be, than, anything else. Because, I have to do all the work. But who knows what, you know, what could end up happening with stuff, and who knows, maybe in the future I might get like an editor of some sort, and then I could literally just be like, editor, do this. And then I don't have to work on it. I could just let them do it and do it to the best of their abilities. And just have fun and let them have fun and enjoy what they like to do, which is editing. So, you know. It's a lot to think about for like future stuff, and I overthink really easily. You guys don't, I don't think a lot of people really understand how terrible dealing with overthinking really is, but it can be very debilitating sometimes because you overthink to so much that you literally just like kind of start shutting down, and that's what happens with me a lot of times. So I try and not do that anymore. I try and go like, okay, I can take it bit by bit, you know, just day by day. I can do a little bit and be able to complete this little bit, and hey, if I don't finish it, it's okay. It's okay. I'll do that for tomorrow. Like literally with the page I was doing yesterday, those stupid almost 5 hours, I literally was like, look, I got this much done. That's okay. I will stop here and I'll do more tomorrow. And you know what? Today I picked up my pen and I completed that page. I don't think it's still as good. I usually do like one more week of like checking through it before like saying that it's finished. Or like, you know, just like another check through to make sure everything's good and it looks good before like putting it anywhere. Also, for anyone wondering, I'm never ever going to publish my stuff on Webtoon. I literally can't. I literally can't. I read their terms of service. I would not be allowed to. I would have to probably rewrite a lot of stuff. And I don't want to do that because I want... The comic is not happy and it's very raw. Not that kind of raw, but it does deal with a lot of darker themes. But I'm trying to like think. Oh yeah, I told Jose what the ending was because I changed it. Or the ending is still the same, but I was like thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? I think it needs to change or else it doesn't work as well as I want it to, and it kind of doesn't make sense. How can I make this more impactful? I know. Writes it down. I'm not telling you how it ends, but I'll tell you this much. It does lead to the 2.0. The end of the comic does lead to the 2.0. How I got to it. However, you don't need to read the comic in order to understand the lore of the 2.0, because I'm making lore specifically for the 2.0 as well that you don't even need to read the comic for. So don't worry, you don't need to read it in order to make sense of what's happening. You can read it if you want more stuff. It's like bonus stuff, because I know some people, there are people out there that actually love reading people's like lore and going into it, and I can literally go, here is an entire comic, and they'd be like, a what? Here is an entire comic. I feel like some people are gonna look at me and just go, what the fuck? Why? And I'd just be like, because I can. Because I can. Because I can do that. Because I want to. Because I wanted to. Honestly, for about maybe over a decade, I've actually wanted to create a comic. So, yeah. And I will say this one is probably one story I've always wanted to tell. Like, the way that I'm telling it is actually something I've always wanted to tell, because there's been a lot of different iterations of it, and then it's like we finally got to where it is. Because why not? Exactly, because why the heck not? Everyone's out here doing these like 5, 10, 15-minute lore videos. No. Here, instead, what I do, I make a comic. That's what I do. Why? Because it's free real estate. Oh my gosh. I have a question. Would you guys like for me to read like a little bit of a upcoming chapter? Just for you all live right now. Yeah, I have the thing here, by the way. I don't know if you can kind of hear it, but this is the book. It's the book of knowledge. Just right where neither of you... I think you timed it just where neither of you blinked. Oh, wow. Great. Fantastic. I love when that happens. By the way, just so everyone knows, Jose is in the lore. I did make a character for him. He does know. Also, a friend of mine, my really good friend, is also in it, and she does know. There is gonna be a character in the upcoming comics, which is Art's brother. He is just in the comic. I do have a brother, but we are not twins. So I'll just put that out there. No, I'm not probably gonna ever bring him onto my stream. He's not in the weeb nerdy space. I feel like I would have to explain so much to him that I'm just like, I don't think he would understand. I don't want to bring him on. But yeah. I do have a brother, but the brother that we're going to have, can I request a George Easter egg? There's a few George Easter eggs I'm gonna write into it. It's not written in here in this because I haven't figured out where to put them yet. However, I will say this much. I'm debating on whether or not to actually make it so that Jose's character actually has George, and then eventually like stuff happens and I end up with George. Because I'm gonna be honest, having a little frog with a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening is going to probably make it more comedic than actually more serious, which I want to write more serious stuff. So yeah. You know, I'm debating of what I want to tell you guys, because there is some stuff. I will say though, these are written like really, really weirdly, right? Oh no, an ad's gonna play. Oh no. Maybe I should have it. Wish I could do a snooze. I should try and see if I can do a snooze on here. I'll see that. You know what the funny thing was? Is originally chapter 4 was supposed to be combined with chapter 5, but I decided to separate them up instead because it didn't make sense for both of them to be together. So I'll tell you guys that much. It used to be that it was supposed to, so just so when you're reading chapter 4 and chapter 5, those two were actually going to be combined. And the beginning of chapter 6 was supposed to be at the end of chapter 5, but or the end of chapter 4, but I changed it because I separated them. So there's a lot of stuff that I did change. And technically, we were supposed to end the, quote, storm arc. So the arc that we are currently in, that you guys are reading, is called the storm arc. This is after chapter 4 and 5, it is the storm arc. The chapter you're currently reading right now is kind of like the prologue arc, the introduction, right? And after 4 and 5, now you're going into the storm arc. So you're basically getting about 2-3 arcs in the first few chapters. The arc is gonna end on, I believe, about, is it here or here? Oh yeah, it's actually here. It's gonna end about maybe chapter 14, chapter 15, maybe even 16, depends if I separate things up or if I merge them down a little bit more, which is funny because it was supposed to end on chapter 10, so I added more. Let me see, like, you know what, I will give you guys the first chapter of the second or of the water, I call it the sea arc, but it's also the water arc. This is basically a synopsis. It is not what it actually is. Forgive the poor writing, okay? I wrote this really fast. And I know I wrote it really fast because it's really sloppy. Because I think I wrote like all the way up to about like almost chapter 30 in like 2 hours. It was 1 day and 2 hours. I'm not kidding. So chapter 15, this is the beginning of the sea arc / water arc. It says, Art and Luth, yes, I write Luthador as Luth when I'm being shorthand, traveling and then jumped by another Blighton lord, which the Blightons are the enemies, just to tell you that. Art and Luth is saved by Jay. Jay becomes navigator to lead them around the Blighton camps. Art and Jay I said moments because I wanted to kind of build the connection between them, and then I have it be Jay gives Art a rock. That is the synopsis of chapter 15. It might be merged with chapter 16 as well. And I don't want to tell you more about that because that is a little bit of spoilers. Is it a shiny rock? Well, that's where he says his famous line, which I will tell you his famous line. His famous line is going to be pretty, because Art questions why he gives her the rock, and he just turns to her and says, pretty ladies like pretty rocks. So, it's just a rock. I will say though that Luthador kind of just goes, so you're, because Luthador is the pack mule, because he can carry a bunch of stuff. You're gonna see in chapter 6 that he's actually able to lift like giant boxes, like giant crates and stuff that are about half of the size of him. And he can just lift all that stuff no problem. And most of his like race can do that. They can just lift that stuff pretty easily. So, I might have it be that when, because like one thing I kind of want to do with the channel, like now that we have the Art Creates channel, like the main channel, I kind of want to start putting a little bit of like the comic lore and like story stuff, and that's going to be called like, you know, and I know like a lot of people might be like, why do you have like stuff that's like video essays where you're talking about stuff, and then you have stuff where you're like talking about your art and stuff like that? And I'm like, because I want to do this. But I'm gonna probably explain like more in depth in there, like all of the world building that's basically happened. But the first thing I kind of want to do is talk about how to make world building, do that little series, and then do another little series of talking about all that stuff while also having like drawings in the background, so that then people can see me drawing the characters, and then of course talking about like the stuff and the lore and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, Luthador can like lift a giant boulder no problem. Actually, a few races can do that. Well, a few of the different tribes of Telvans can do that. Not all of them, but some of them can. Because again, Telvans aren't humans. They're like, you know, fantasy alien creatures, okay? It is canon that other planets exist. So so technically, I am an alien. Technically, if you think about it. So yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's just like gone into making everything as it is. And there's still so much more. Is George an alien? Yes. Technically, George is a god and also an alien. Okay. Do you think normal frogs talk? Like, even on, like, the planet of Telvan, frogs do not talk. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek at another animal character we're gonna get. If you've been on the Patreon, you've already seen them, but I haven't shown them in color. So you guys are gonna get early seeing to this, because I haven't shown them in color before. And this was also on the page that took me fucking almost like 5 hours. Oh, that's that. Alien to Earth anyway. Yeah. I would say yeah. Are you on your home world? Technically speaking, yes. Technically speaking, the lore of how I ended up streaming, at least for the 1.0, is I am technically in a space between spaces. That will only be explained in the comic. Technically, I'm in a space between spaces. I am on my homeworld, but I'm not on my homeworld at the same time. Everything around me is a manifestation of my own mind. That's why a lot of things change all the time. It's a manifestation of my own mind. That's the lore anyways. Simple answer, I couldn't think of lore, and that's what you get. One in the Doctor Who. Thank you. I actually love Doctor Who. I haven't I stopped watching with the 13th Doctor, but I will say there are some things and aspects that are inspired by Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to think of what else. Some of The Witcher. I'd say some Witcher stuff. It's a mishmash. But I will say this much, we are going to start getting darker in the comic, definitely in Chapter 6. We also are going to get gayer in Chapter 7, because there's a gay kiss. And every single time I pop up that chapter, I'm like, oh my god, they're gay! When I know that the characters are gay! I always do that for some freaking reason. I don't know why. Dark gaze, yes. Can we just name a genre dark gaze? Just imagine for a minute, dark gaze. The gayest thing you've ever done seen. Also, I think I just realized what was happening with the chat box. I know what's happening. There it is. It's because I didn't do that. I was like, why can no one see the chat? I figured it out. I was just dumb. Oh my gosh, it takes so long for a file to open when it's like the comic stuff. I also have been always debating on whether or not I wanted to upgrade from the Clip Studio Pro to Clip Studio EX. And I will tell you this much. It's definitely not worth the price. Like, with what I want to do. Like, it has some aspects to it, but it doesn't have everything that I want. So, no, I'm just gonna turn, let me move myself first, and then I will turn on the screen. So let me just, welcome to early peaks of the comic. Let me turn that on. There you go. So yeah, look at all the stuff that I still have to do with this. I have to go up to this, where this yellow is. I still have like all of this to do. But yeah, this took me, so not counting the background, because the background I did a different day. I usually do, so this is the process of how I make a comic page. I usually have a thumbnail sketch out first that I do, and then I take that thumbnail and blow it up, you know, so I have like a big one, and then I do a sketch, like a more solidified sketch over that, and then with that sketch I go and I put the text in. This is like a little thing. I don't have the text active right now on this page because I just don't want to, but I'll put the bubbles here so you can kind of see where the text would be. So next I do the text, and then I kind of like move around the sketch if I need to, and then I start putting in 3D models. I use 3D models all the time. Okay, I do it. It's to ensure that I keep the volume of things. If I was just sketching the characters on their own, I might not use a 3D model, honestly. But if I was doing, but because I want to keep consistency, the 3D models are really helpful to keep consistency, to make sure that all the characters' heights are correct. And you can see with this, like, how tall all the characters are to each other. And yes, this is a very dark scene as well. The lighting is because it's supposed to be early morning, so it's kind of a little bit dark. I might lighten it a bit because honestly, early mornings most of the time are actually a little bit lighter than this. But the good thing is, because I have all the layers separate, look at all these layers. Because I have all the layers separated up, I can always go in and lighten it if I need to. It's just turning down stuff. That's literally all it is now. But then after I have like all the text, all that sort of stuff done, then I do the backgrounds. That's the first thing I do. I do the backgrounds first because the backgrounds are easy. Backgrounds are easy to complete. So I do the backgrounds and I do any like the cart here. I do that. I might also like block in the animals or creatures or anything like that. And then I also color it and maybe give a little bit of basic shading. And then, you know, once the backgrounds are finished, then I start I call it blocking, where I basically color block all the characters. So let me go in here and show you kind of what I'm talking about. So I basically color block the characters. I do this. So they all have like a silhouette basically, and then I can fill in that silhouette. It makes it so much faster to color. It still takes a long ass time, but also there's gonna be an ad that plays. I can't stop the ad. But yeah, so that's kind of what I do, and then I color and I render, and then the page is pretty much done. And because I already did the text and the bubbles and everything, yeah, there's just might be little tweaks that I might have to do here and there in case I need to do that. But usually I save that for the end. Because it's like I just want to get the pages done, and then it's like, okay, any tweaks and stuff I'll go back and fix like afterwards, because I already have like all the stuff separated up. So if I need to tweak anything, it's like I can tweak it later. So yeah, that's how that works. That's the entire process. So thumbnail sketch, or thumbnail text sketch, 3D background, silhouette blocking, and then color render. Different people have different methods. This is just mine. It's what works for me. So yeah, and I can usually get all of the prepping done in like a month, and I usually can do that for like 2 chapters, and then basically 1 month and then like in the next month basically do all the coloring and rendering for each chapter, and usually can get that done. So basically just prepping to a month, so I already have one already prepped to go for the next month. Yeah, and hopefully with this I'll have 6 and 7 done. Yeah, so that's a little sneak peek behind the scenes of how things go. If you want to see the full progress of stuff, I do show the full progress stuff on... Oh no, I was gonna say I show the full progress stuff on Patreon. Yeah, so I show the full progress work on Patreon, along with like other art stuff on there as well. Eventually they do become revealed for free for everybody. So like so like they're, you know, for members it's early, and then after that it will be available for everybody, or it'll be available for everybody through speed paints. So there is that. I do try to not put like a lot of stuff behind a paywall through Patreon. Most of the times I like push it out for the public. Actually, I'm probably gonna pull up another thing with the comic. I like talking about the comic a lot because I did a lot of things. I did a lot of things for the comic. But yeah, you know what? I'll show you guys what I'm currently working on for when people come back. I will show what I am currently working on that I literally just did this morning. Because honestly, it's really hard making a comic. Honestly, if you're doing it yourself, it's gonna be long. And the thing is, a lot of people will say never make a full comic for your first time making a comic, and I will 100% say yes, please never do that. Do not do that, because then you're gonna end up with like a long problem. I'm just a girl boss and want to do it the way that I want to do it. I'm not a girl boss, but I just wanted to do a bigger, more fuller thing, so that's why I went the way that I did. But honestly, my personal take on it would be make like a shorter comic. And I've made actually shorter comics. I've made like little comics here and there beforehand, so I kind of knew my way around making a little bit of a comic with like doing the little 4x4 comics. So there's that. But I would say like when you're first starting off, do little comics, do like comics, like fan comics if you want to, kind of get your little toes dipped in it, and then start thinking about making your full comic. I might actually go over like how, like what dimensions you should use and like all that sort of stuff. There's plenty of people that have done that, but I think I think sometimes people haven't really dumbed it down a lot. But yeah, like I need to go back and actually fix the first several chapters. Like even up to chapter 5, I need to fix them for if I want to print them. Because this one is print ready. Look at that border. Hello, is everyone back? I was gonna say if you wanted the full progress, you could check out on Patreon, but then the ad popped up and there was nothing I could do. I'm sorry. But I was gonna probably show you guys some other stuff, but I was kind of talking about how don't do what I'm doing of making a big full project like this. It is a big undertaking, and honestly, that's why, in a way, I'm probably going to take a 1-year hiatus at one point after chapter 14 and just take a really long time to literally make the rest of the comic, or at least like a large majority of it, and so then I have like a long backlog, so then if I need to take a break, none of you all will notice. No one will notice I've taken a break. Oh my gosh. Because honestly, it's been really hard trying to work on the 2.0 stuff and work on the comic. Oh my god, you guys, later, bye Pug, thank you for popping in. But yeah, it is a lot. So but yeah. But again, if you want to support stuff further, there is the Patreon that you can have early access through. And also, if you're on the Patreon, you will get early access to the comic 1 week before it comes out. You don't have to do both at the same time, right? So the thing is that I wanted to work on a little bit of a backlog for the comic, but then I was like, oh, but I also have to do the 2.0 stuff. So this is kind of basically what I did, is I do some stuff for the comic. So for one day, I would do a little bit of work on the comic, a little bit of work on the 2.0, and kind of just go back and forth. And sometimes I'd be like, you know what, I just want to work on 2.0 stuff, so that entire day I just worked on 2.0. So I kind of just like balanced it out with kind of doing both. So I know like a lot of people might be like, oh, well, with this big of a project for working on the comic, you should just work on that. And it's like, well, I can't really, because like, let's just say this much. If I only dedicated stuff to working on my comic the entire time, I would probably not be posting anything. I'd probably not be making any more content. I'd probably like, I would have like no life for like so long if I just dedicated to like finishing and working on the comic. And I feel like that would be too much for me. I would get burnt out on doing that. So that's why it's like, you know, work on a little bit of a backlog and then take that long hiatus to just kind of like work on other things, and work on the comic stuff, have more of a backlog, so that then I don't have to deal with this situation again. But yeah, I wish I could like just have like hire other people to do this for me, but I don't have the money or the ability or anything like that to actually do that for the time being. But I've begun to figure out my own way of how to go about doing things, and sometimes just you know, working on it a little bit and then working on something else does help out a lot. So, and sometimes for a week, I just want to work on the comic and I just like crank a bunch of pages out in a week. So if anything, sometimes it's good. And again, I can always take a break whenever I want. That's the one good thing about being a comic artist yourself. When you're not like, you know, you don't have any editors, you don't have anybody to kind of be like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need like, you know, I can take a break when I need to, like when I should, or if I want to. And right now I'm kind of excited to be finished with these 2 chapters. So, and then once they're done, I'll be kind of starting prep work for the next 2 chapters. And I can now, you know, I can take it more leisurely now than I have before. So if one day I decide I don't want to work on the comic today, I can literally say, I don't want to work on the comic today because I already have a backlog. I can take longer time. So I can take breaks. I can take more breaks now. So I can just like literally have a day where I just do like video content, like editing or making videos. Or I could do like, I just want to draw today and I'll just do drawings, you know? So it's a lot of like figuring out kind of like what you want to do and your time management. And I'm gonna be honest, I've always been really terrible with time management most of the time. So yeah, I'm not surprised. But I still have like end dates for myself. Like I still want to be finished with chapter 6 by the end of this month. So if I'm going to do anything, it's like I can take breaks, but it's just like, just know you should still be finished with that. And Jose even told me, he's like, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. And he was like, fair. Fair enough. But with how this is going and how the plan is currently working, I might actually be done with both chapters 6 and 7 at the same time. Well, not the same time, but in the same month. It's just saving it. It saves a lot. But yeah, I try and take it a bit by bit at a time, you know? This is the current chapter I'm working on. Or, not current chapters, current page, sorry. Current page I'm working on. As you can see, I'm already starting to block in the colors. I'm gonna be honest out here, if I just did this and then sent it off to like a color person, and then literally they did all the coloring and then gave it back to me and then I did the lighting, probably would do a lot better. Because then that person can just like focus on doing color. Technically, if I wanted to, I could do an entire color pass and then do a render pass, but I kind of don't want to do that because one time I did that and it took really long to get everything done. So it's easy just to color render. So, and I mean, it's already January 4th and I'm already on page 4. Basically, if I work on 1 page a day, I probably will be done by like I think I pulled up the calendar just to check. Might be done around like near here, but if I really work, I might be done the 3rd week. If I really work, I might be done the 3rd week, because then all this I can use for chapter 7, and so I could be done in that time. But yeah, it just depends a lot on what I want to do. But I also realized something. Don't overdo it on fucking 3D models, and don't overdo it on like making stuff. I've learned a lot more by doing this. That is so much faster and easier to do. And maybe if we get to a page where I have to use like the 3D models and stuff, I will show like a quick thing of how to do quick overpainting like this. So it still looks like it's, you know, solidified in here, but I basically overpainted on this. That just means that I took this and I painted over it. But I also did a little bit of a sneaky. But maybe if we get to another page of working on it. Because I kind of want to do more streams, and most of the streams might be me just like silently working on this. And those streams are probably going to be muted streams, like basically no mics. And the reason I'm doing that, a no mic stream, is because I just want to make sure I don't say anything. I don't want to spoil stuff for people. But also, I feel like I know that some people might not really care. If you're watching like the stream content, you might not care about spoilers, but there are some people that probably read the comic and watch my content that might be interested in it, and I wouldn't want to spoil them. So yeah, I don't want to give spoilers to everybody. So yeah. Also, I will say one thing about this. Trying to figure out the color for this for this little guy was so hard, because I was like, I don't know what color I want to make him. But then I was like, you know what? Make it blue. And there's a reason. There is a reason why it's blue. So yeah, there is that. Anyways, let me save on this page, because this is what I'm working on. And depending on things, sometimes after stream, I might do a little bit more work on this. And who knows? And I might work on it tomorrow as well. It just depends how I feel. And kind of just get more work done on it. And again, is taking it bit by bit, you know? That's like what you need to do sometimes, is just kind of take it bit by bit. But anyways, I think I've talked about the comic enough. I think I've talked enough. I like talking about it a lot because it's definitely something I'm really passionate about. And you know what? I know there's gonna be times where I'm gonna feel overwhelmed and probably overworked on it, you know? And during like those, that's why I'm like trying to take it bit by bit and just be like, look, you finished one page, or you did this much work on the page, you can go and do other things. Like, my reward is like, go do other things. But I will say, I do watch a lot of people's streams in the background when I'm working on the comic. I try and, like, you know, sneak in and watch other people's streams and stuff like that. So I do lurk around when I'm working on stuff. But yeah. So that's like fun stuff, right? That's the fun things I do. But I think we need to start talking about like what the future plans are besides comic stuff, right? What are plans for comic? Comic plans are make more videos talking about the lore. Maybe make short form content like that too, like, you know, more stuff to get to show the comic off a little bit more. That's like one thing I kind of want to do in order to promote it a little bit more, to like put it out there in people's minds a little bit more. And then I kind of want to do, but like that, like lore video stuff, like that's gonna be happening like here and there whenever I want to make it or talk about something with it or whatever. So there's that. The other thing is, like, I just want to make some other video content ideas that I've been kind of having in the back of my head and kind of make them and talk about them. I don't think I'm gonna do like commentary, news, advice channel. Like, I don't think really that much. It's more of videos that I just want to make. Sometimes they might be advice videos, sometimes maybe not. But I'm not gonna be out here talking about like news or drama or anything like that. I'm not doing that. I think plenty of other people do that. I'm just gonna be on my own. I'll do my own little thing. Other thing well, the other thing, the big thing is 2.0 debut happening May. I don't know what date. I still haven't picked a date. I will tell you this much. There is still no date that has been picked. Look, I don't know. But I will announce it probably, like, I would say it's probably not going to be early May. It's probably going to be middle May. So, like, in the middle. So, like, second or third week of May is my plan. And so there's going to be some stuff announced in April. I'm still debating when I want to do a model reveal, which, by the way, I made an edited, like, animated model reveal because I thought that would be fun, but also I kind of just wanted to do it to see if I could do it. You know, it was like an experiment, and I did it. So I was like, cool, okay, when am I gonna do that? And I don't know if I want to do it in March or February. I might do it in March, because then it's like, then I can start like posting up art about it, and then I can start hyping it up through April, and then when May comes around, it's like, okay, this is now in people's minds, right? That's what I was planning. Or do it early April and kind of hype through April and then into May. That's what I was thinking too. It's more of the problem of like, I don't know when to post the shit. I don't know when to post the damn shit. I just know it need to get done. I just don't know when. That's where I be dumb. I do have a plan for February though. Every day in February, besides like working on comic stuff, every day in February, I am going to, as a lead up to Monster Hunter, I am going to sketch like, basically, I'm going to take a monster and then I'm going to make them into a hunter and what hunter they would be. Like, are they going to be a great sword wielder? Are they going to be a bow wielder? And they're all going to be different, and it's going to be inspired by their armor and also the monster creature design as well. So that's like my idea, my thought. Just do that every single day. And it'll just be a sketch. It's not going to be like full colored or anything. I just want to do sketches. I'm gonna do one a day. That's my plan. I need to start thinking about which one to do each day, so I already have that done. And then I might, and then just like each day, just kind of just go in and do it. So it's like, might work on comic stuff in the morning, and then afterwards, do that. Just have fun. Just have something fun to do. That's what I was thinking. Because in February, I'm going to be probably planning for like the next two chapters, which would be, 6 and 7, so we would do 8 and 9. So yeah. I always want to keep like at least 2 chapters ahead. Because being 2 chapters ahead means like if I take a break or anything like that, like if I take a break for a month, it doesn't really affect much. You're not going to notice anything. But yeah, so that's my plan for February. April, I know that we were going to do a charity event, but because we're going to be doing 2.0 stuff, we're not going to host that charity event because I usually wanted to do a charity event every April, but because it would be like the April charity event and then May we're debuting, yeah, we're not going to do that. I also am planning probably to take another hiatus, like a break in between when because I think like a lot of people, what they do is they stream up to their debut, and I'm like, I kind of am going to be working on a lot of things and needing to put things in place because there's going to be added stuff, like there's going to be George stuff added. So I was debating on like not streaming much in April, or just not streaming like near the end of April and the beginning of May, and just like then doing my debut, like just to basically have stuff to hype it up and have more time to kind of post stuff out. I will say I gotta schedule a lot more things to post out, honestly. So that's the big plans. I do have a plan. I do have a plan for my birthday as well. we will actually probably be debuting another model in November. Depending on how well it goes, or depending on how much I do, we will see. We will see what happens. Actually, let me check something. I'm gonna count some stuff. So hold on a minute. Wait, I miscounted. Guys, how the fuck did this line up correctly? Okay, hold on. Do you want to know what I was counting? I was counting to see if I posted one chapter every single month for this entire year, if we would get up to chapter 14 by the end of the year. We will. So entirety of 2026 is going to be no comic is going to be posted up. It's just going to be me working on backlogging it for the next thing. But it ends on a good note for chapter 14. Whenever I'm going to cut some, or like, you know, take a hiatus for comic stuff, I always make sure it ends on a good, like, on a good area to end, you know, like a good cliffhanger. And technically speaking, if I was writing the, like, let's say I was writing this comic and then I debuted, like, honestly, that end would have been, like, really good. But yeah, no, chapter 14 is actually the best one to end on. Wow. I have big brains. I have big brains, I'm smart. Yes, I has a brain. Yeah, that'll, I know some people are gonna probably be like, what? It's gonna be so long. But it's not like I'm not gonna do cliffhangers, just give me all the info. Well, don't worry. When we start it up again, probably in like 2027, it'll be fine. Because in 2027, I might be able to post it more frequently. Because, like, you know, I might be able to backlog, like, 10, 20 chapters. So then you guys could be able to probably get it way more frequently. Isn't that like a better thing? Because then you would be able to get the information faster, and you wouldn't have to have any more hiatuses. All the info? Okay. Want all the info? The entire comic is about a mortal trying to fight God becomes God. There's your info. Alright? I'm not even shitting you. That's literally the entire plot. That's all you need to know. Oh my gosh. Noted. Yeah. That's literally the easiest way I can explain it. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I need to mark something off for right now. For right now. I don't know why I had to say it like that. One of my friends has poisoned me. with all the yeah and like meow and cat jokes. They do a lot of cat jokes. They've slowly been poisoning me. Jose has poisoned me with all the dad jokes. Because ADHD? True. True. Oh my gosh. A lot of stuff with ADHD things, you know? Oh my gosh. Oh, anyways. But damn, I did line that up correctly. You know what? Maybe you guys might get chapter 5 in February. Depending on how things go. Because yeah, I counted it. For some reason it lines up. I don't know how that lined up well. I feel like I miscounted. I feel like I miscounted. 4 in January, 5 in February, 6 in March, 7 in April, 8 in May, 9 in June, 10 in July, 11 in August. Yeah, what the frick? Just be careful with animal puns, because I'll still into a rabbit hole, and I'll be doing them for the rest of stream. Oh my gosh. Look, we're not hopping mad yet. But I will say, with how long that I have been yapping, I might get a frog in my throat tomorrow. I'll see myself out. That was... Look, we love making animal jokes here. That's just that's just how it is. Chris, trust me, I have the chops, and there's a mutton you can do about it. Oh my gosh. Holy snap. That was good. That was good. I'll give you applause for that. You know what? I need a sound. I need sounds on this now that I can play. I need a soundboard. Oh, you know what the funny thing is with VTS Pog? You can actually have a soundboard. Hold on. Let me pull it up. You can't see this, but I can. There's like a soundboard that you can use. And how the soundboard works is you click on a folder. So you select a folder, and then you literally say soundboard command, and you can put whatever you want in here, and it can just do whatever. Or you could even make it a redeem, but I don't need that. I need to figure out how this works a little bit more before I do it. But yeah, select a folder and load up audio files from your PC. If you add new sounds to the folder, reload it by selecting it again. Interesting. So if you add more. So technically we could make George actually say the yippee sound. He could say the yippee. And yeah. Or he can say like other stuff probably. I think there's like a way that you could probably do that and then put it all through there. But yeah, that's how like most people have been able to do it. I told you because I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Oh my gosh. That's so good. That's so good. You guys are better animal puns than I am. Oh my god. I was trying to think of a witty comeback, and all I could think of is that I'm barking up the wrong tree, I guess. I don't know where I was trying to go with that. I don't know. Sometimes I think of things and then I don't know where I'm supposed to go with it. I just know it's supposed to go somewhere, and I apparently am not in the right one. Listen, just hoofing it. Oh my gosh. See? And why can't I pull out these? Well, the thing is, you guys can think much better. I have to think off the top of my head. And do you want to know how many brain cells I have in my mind right now? None. There's nothing in there. I can't think of these puns off the top of my head. There isn't even anything on the top of my head is the issue too. There's nothing there. It's this barren This is barren as the desert, man. Only have 2 goldfish? Bro, I wish I had 2. I only have a singular goldfish, and even then, that goldfish is trying to escape. That goldfish does not want to stay in this bowl of my mind. You're lucky to have 2. And they're fishing for 3rd place. Oh my god. Bro, I can't even fish for 3rd place. Oh my gosh. My bag. Hello, Bubberinos. Hello, Bubberinos. The prettiest puppy around. We got my puppers a new little bed, which I did share on social media, and you can see her, and she's all cute and adorable. I don't know why in that picture she's giving everybody a wink. I don't know. She was just being goofy. And there's a chair in my office. It's a dining room chair, and it just sits here in case like I have anybody over or anything like that. Then there's already a chair in this office, so I can like show them stuff or whatever. But it's now basically been claimed as the dog's area to be up, so I can be able to pet her when I'm sitting here either streaming or doing art and stuff like that. So she's always my comic buddy. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll take puppy breaks where I just basically stop what I'm doing and stop working for a bit and just pet the puppers. Because sometimes it do be like that. Some days are just like that. You just want to pet a dog all day. That's what I do. I warned you that I wasn't all bark. Yeah, you definitely aren't all bark. But yeah, but my pupper's got a new bed, and we were worried that she wouldn't like it, and so I put it in her spot that she usually stays in, like on this damn dining room chair, and she now just hops into it. For some reason, she has to be invited in. She's really weird. Some days she just hops in. Other days, she has to be invited in. So I have to literally go, come on, up, 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 up. And I have to do that. And for some reason, she doesn't hop in. So I have to like rearrange it somehow and like fluff it out for her. And then she hops in. Why? Why do you do that? That makes no sense. Because you're fine other days. You're fine other days when I do that. But no, some days she just has to have it fluffed. The fluff has to have her bed fluffed. Because she is a princess. She's very spoiled. She's a very spoiled dog. Okay? I wouldn't say that she's that spoiled to the amount like we're like feeding her from the dining table. Like she's not that spoiled. They wanted the princess treatment? Yeah. No, she was named correctly. She's named Princess Leia, okay? That is her full legal name. Her full legal name is Princess Leia. Yes, we did name her after Star Wars because I was really in... When we named her, I was back in my Star Wars phase again. So I named her Leia because... And my mom also agreed with naming her Leia because she thought that her ears looked like Leia's buns. From the show, from the fucking movies and stuff, like they looked like her big fluffy buns for some reason. So my mom was like, yeah, Leia's a perfect name. And so we just call her Leia. But the thing is that her full legal name is Princess Leia, and she's 100% a princess. 100%. The only thing that she hates is she actually hates being pampered, which is funny. She hates being groomed. So I have like a brush. So we have like kind of like a bristle brush, but it's like a wire bristle brush because you need it that way, the way that it is, because she has curly hair because she's like a poodle. So you have to get some of the knots out and stuff like that with this like wire kind of brush, this wire brush. You're not supposed to like use it like a regular brush. You're just kind of supposed to like kind of quickly like swish 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 swish, not like swish swish with it. So that's what I normally do. And then she has like a comb, and then I have to comb her through to make sure that she has no knots, to keep matting away and all of that sort of stuff. Because these dogs do mat very easily if you are not brushing them. So that's like one thing. She does groom herself a lot. I can say anything one of the dogs are. One of my dogs are named Duchess, Maisie, and Blue. Okay, yeah. I've heard some pretty interesting names when it comes to dogs. I think a lot of people, and there's two things. There's two things with dogs. This is how you name your dog. You either name it something crazy, right? Or you give it the most basic name ever, okay? Or you make it contradictory, okay? Like, you know, the people that name their little chihuahuas Zeus, okay? Like, there's only a few ways that people, like, I will say this much. We almost called our dog Leia. Or, no, not Leia, sorry, Artemis. I almost called her Artemis once. For those who don't know, those are the colors of the University of Michigan. Wait, really? They're named after the colors of the University of Michigan. Yep. I'm not surprised. Yeah, see, sometimes, like, you know, either dogs are named after, like, sometimes dogs are just named after things people love, right? Or sometimes you just give them a weird ass funny name. Most people that name their pets, sometimes it's also situational names. Okay? There's literally somebody that named their cat like Toaster, and the reason that they named their cat Toaster is because the cat tried to get into the toaster. So they named their cat Toaster. Like, bruh. So it's like, that makes sense, you know? It makes sense. Like, there's a funny story tied to the name. I think that's how everybody kind of names their animals in some sort of way, right? I think that's a basic understanding. Unless you're just that weird person that was just like, no, I just named them Bob because I couldn't think of anything else. It's like, we call her Maisie. Okay, Maisie sounds like so much of a better name than me knowing that this is the freaking university colors. Bro, if I named a dog after if I learned that somebody named their dog after colors from for like a university, like because of like football and stuff like that, is it because of football? Is that why? Is it because of football? Or is it just because? Or is it because they just liked the names of the colors? It was my mom, and yet it's always back to football. What the? Is it? What? Why did you know what? I knew that so hard immediately. That immediately when you said it was they were named after university colors, I was like, it's probably because of football, isn't it? Do they always watch football? Do they always like bring the dogs in? It's like, okay, we need the dogs to be here so that then the university can win, right? Like the good luck charms. Oh my gosh. You know what's so interesting is people go see anime people and they're like, how could you, like, sports people look at anime people and they're like, how can you be obsessed with this? I'm like, you're obsessed with people cheering over a ball going into a goal, okay? Like, bruh, let me have my anime. You're cheering over people throwing a ball, all right? Is there some skill to it? I will say yes. There definitely is skill to it, but there also is skill in trying to be a VTuber, man. Like, bruh, you don't wake up one day and just decide to do this. Like, there's a build up, okay? I mean, it is the one time my dad lets them on the couch. Oh my gosh. So there is a ritual. There is technically. Okay, hold on. You know what? Speaking about anime and stuff like that, and speaking about animals, Jose's dog is named Nina. Let that sink for you. Now, first off, Jose's family is mainly from Mexico, okay? So he thought Nina was perfect. But then he was wondering where he heard that name before. He was wondering where he heard that name before. And then he rewatched Full Metal Alchemist. And I emphasis rewatched. He loves Full Metal Alchemist. I think that's like one of his favorite animes, right? And then he gets to that particular episode. And then he remembers. And then he goes, oh. Now I know where I heard this name before. So yeah. His dog is named Nina. Okay, well, he didn't remember when he was naming her. He just thought it was a cute name. Hey, if I had to know this, you must know it too. Alright? You can ask him about it if he ever pops in. You can ask him about it. Change it? No, he doesn't want to change it. He loves that meme anyways with the Nina stuff, so he likes to keep it. But also, I just really like the name too. I think it's cute. Yeah, but his dog is totally an idiot. His dog's really dumb. Oh my gosh. But I love her. She's really cute. She's adorable. She might be an idiot, but she's cute. She's a cute German Shepherd. But she's really big. She's a big German Shepherd, man. Like, bruh. She could push me over if she wanted to. Like, really easily. But she loves attention. And I'm like, reminds me of another dog. My dog? My dog's weird. She acts like we don't give her attention. I've shown you the puppies, right? I think so, in like the pets Discord, like in the area of the Discord where it has the pets. I think so. I do believe so. Why are they? Oh, that's weird. Hello, pupperinos. I woke up my puppy because she was sleeping all soundly, and then I started petting her, and now she's awake and she's looking at me. So I'm like, hello, pupperinos. She does know her name, but we have like so many other things. The white one is the football dog. Oh my gosh. I like how we're now just calling them the football dog. These are the dogs that are like the way, the truth, and the life of being able to win for the football people to win. She's a yellow lab. Aww, so good. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Man, I got that like song stuck in my damn head. It's like a really weird song like stuck in my head. Oh yeah, Jose showed off his dog, Nina. If you go in there, you'll see Nina. I don't know, we literally have nicknames for them because they act your attention served. I know. They're so weird, but she always acts like as if she like as if nobody gives her attention. Like at all. And it's like, what? What do you mean you act like no one gives you attention? Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be collabing tomorrow. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Cool. I was actually gonna ask them if I could stream it tomorrow. So we're gonna have a later stream tomorrow. It's gonna be about so it's gonna be 6:30 my time. Time to start the server search. Oh my gosh. No, I have so tomorrow I'm doing a collab, which is really fun. It's like, you know, this is the first day back to streaming, and then it's like, oh, and tomorrow I'm doing a collab. First collab of the year, man. We're doing Lethal Company with a few people. I'm not the one hosting it. I'm just joining it because it's somebody else hosting it. So there's that. But yeah, hopefully we can do it. But it's gonna basically be normally when I'm going to be ending stream, it'll actually be when we're starting it. So it'll be 6:30 my time, which I'm 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Wait, I wasn't in it. I'm gonna start the server search. Wait, you weren't in the server? I thought you were in the server. I thought you're already in the server. What do you mean you're not in the server? Make sure to read the rules and click and react to the little stuff, and you'll get full access to the server. Could have sworn I was in the server. Interesting. You know what? There are some people that I don't think remember that they're in the server or not, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that I was in this." I do try and do a lot more stuff in there, and try and talk a lot more with people. So I do try and post in there when I can and do stuff. So. But anyways, as I was saying, tomorrow I am going to be doing a collab, and it's going to be a Lethal Company collab. So, and it's going to be late. It's going to be later than I usually stream, and honestly, I'm kind of interested in streaming this late, actually, and just kind of see how it works, and see if I like it or not. So yeah. I'm going to be testing a lot with, like, streaming times, but we're still going to be, like, same days, different times. Anyways, so we're gonna do that tomorrow. It'll probably be very, very late. I don't know how late it will go, but normally with collab streams like that, it's probably gonna be pretty late. We're probably gonna be going pretty late. I probably you'll probably slowly see me devolving depending on how late we go. You'll see me slowly devolve into tired madness. I don't know if you guys have noticed that when I stream like really long and stuff like that, I start getting like really tired sometimes, and then I just start devolving into some sort of strange madness. It's either chaotic or I get super sleepy. But hey, you know what? If it's been a long day, like, bruh, sometimes this has been a long day, okay? Okay, and sometimes it just be like that. Oh my gosh. But anyways, that's just how, you know, that's just kind of how it rolls sometimes, you know? That's just, it's how it be. Gray Mart? What? What are you doing? What you doing? Gray Mart? What do you mean Gray Mart? The puppies! Oh my gosh. Oh, I see now. Gremlin plus art. Oh my gosh, Gremlin. You know what? I kind of want to make a Scuff Gremlin model. I'll call it the Grem art. Maybe I'll call it that. Sounds like a brilliant idea to me. Sounds like a top tier idea to me. I don't know why I started singing that. I don't know why. Every once in a while, I'll just kind of break out in song. Actually, speaking about songs, I kind of want to do some more like react content. And I do want to react to the entire... Now that Epic the Musical has finished, being a previous theater kid myself and a mythology nerd, I kind of want to go over it, actually. Should I guess one? Guess which one is the oldest puppers? Well, the black one didn't look like it had any white around its nose, so it's not that one. It's either the white one or the brown one, or like the little one that was in the front. Because they're all like... Because white, you can't tell. They're already white. You can't tell if they have more white around their face. I know, because my dog's getting old. I know at one point she might not be able to jump up into that thing and where she is anymore. But actually, that one doesn't have any white around its nose, actually. Yeah, none of them have white around their nose. So they're not like... I can't visually tell which one's older. That's how I usually visually tell, is when they start getting white around them. That's how my first dog was. When she started getting really old. When she started getting like 8 or 9, she started growing white hairs and getting old. But this one I can't tell. Because she's already white. I can't tell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one's older. Soup puppers. We'll go out in a minute. The tan is the oldest. Her name is Kira. Oh, the photo's from 2019. Oh, that's why. That's why I couldn't tell. Because it's not a newer photo. It's an older photo. That makes sense. That makes sense to why I couldn't tell. Yeah. Blowing stuff off. Putting that over there. I need to rearrange this. Put that over there. And yeah, over near. I had like reoriented a lot of stuff. But anyways. But yeah. So I think oh, you know what I didn't talk about? So I talked about plans and stuff, but I didn't talk about what our goals are for this year. So okay, you want to know the funny thing is? I have no goals. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if I set up goals for myself and then they never happen, I feel like it's just not gonna... I'm not gonna end up feeling good at the end of it, right? So I kind of don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to, you know, I just want to see what happens and where it goes and you know, wherever we fall. I mean, like, you know, would it be nice to set like, oh, we should reach 500 followers by the end of the year? Like, yeah, that's fine and all, but like at the same time, I had that for 2024 and it never happened. So I was like, you know what? Screw that. We're not going to do like follower set stuff. You want to know what we're going to plan to do? You want to know what my big goals are? Debut 2.0 and do it as scuffly as possible. I'm not shitting you. I purposely want to make it scuff on purpose. My plan is for everything that can go wrong to go wrong. And if shit goes wrong, it's part of the appeal, okay? And it will make sense when I make the lore video, because I still do have to do that. Don't worry, that's not going to take too much to do. And but by the way. We might get some Jose voice acting and George voice acting in it for it. So yeah. That's what I'm planning on for future, but you know, just take it a bit at a time. And yeah. And that might go on the main channel for when it's finished, the full animated stuff to be finished on there and posted up. Just to have fun. Just to have fun, you know? And then I'm trying to think of what else. Then there is going to, so that's like one thing. You know, just do that and have fun, right? And then second thing is complete whatever I need to for the comic, and that's it. Those are my only 2 goals. I would say like my other goal in general would just be to like kind of work a little bit on the YouTube stuff, like, you know, on the main channel, start doing stuff for that. If I make 1 or 2 videos this year just for that channel, you know what? That's 1-2 videos that I didn't have before that I made for that channel. That's more than what I had before. And that's kind of how I'm going into 2025. Are there going to be a lot of ups and downs with it? Heck yeah. There's going to be definitely a bunch of ups and downs no matter what I'm going to do, right? Some stuff might fall off. There might be problems. There might be situations that might end up happening. But honestly, just keep going, keep grinding, and see where it goes, you know? That's my thing. Because I think like if I try and set up goals and then I never attain them, I feel like I would just end up being, you know, really sad about it. Because like honestly, that's what like really bummed me out at the end of 2024. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do achievable goals, right? Let's do achievable goals. Goals I know I can achieve. And that's my plan. That's my goal for 2025. And also to make sure that I don't devolve into just only playing Monster Hunter for so long that I never work on anything for the comic. That's the last thing I want. Also, I do have good news. I do have a good amount of funding for the PC. So I might be getting that soon. I don't know when. I don't know when I'll be getting it, but we might be upgrading to a better. We will have to say goodbye to a good old laptop here that I've been using for literally the past 3 years, and now we're gonna be changing over to that. I just realized I'm gonna probably have to port everything over from there's gonna be a lot of stuff that needs to be ported over. It's gonna take a while, but no. What do you mean no? This is good. I've been wanting to like have a better setup anyways, because what I'm planning on is I might still use this laptop for some things, but it's just not, it's probably gonna be used for more like editing and stuff like that and other stuff, so I can be able to like be out of my office more and working on other things when I need to. So I can literally be outside of my office much more, which is kind of what I was planning on doing. And then because then I can have like a lot of stuff like more plugged in and probably figure it out more. But I might also be still using this laptop during streams. And the reason being is like in case I want to look something up, but I don't want to have it on this computer or anything like that, and I just want to look it up on the side, I can literally have it up, and I can also have the stream up on that laptop instead and just be like, okay, is the stream working? So in case like something breaks or something's not pulling through or anything, or if I miss something, then it's like at least I have like that other laptop and kind of just like be able to like troubleshoot stuff on there. So there's that. I might have to redo a lot of stuff and all of that, but the good thing is that I can always like export out like the like saved like profiles. I can like export that kind of stuff out, and then I can literally like hook it up into the other OBS, and it should like port at least everything that I have, and then, you know, I might need to add everything back, but that's okay. That's okay. that I can add stuff back if I need to. So it might take a while to like shift everything over. So hopefully when I get it, it'll be during that like break time. In probably April-ish, and so that's why it's like April I might end up having a hiatus for a bit, because one, I'll be getting a new laptop, and then I'll be getting a new PC, and then I have to like port everything over to make sure everything works, because I don't want to be streaming and then like nothing be working. That would be so sad. So there's that, and then like anything else that I kind of need to set up and stuff. So then I have like much more time to do it, and also to be prepping for 2.0 stuff. So it probably might even not look how you might think it will. So yeah, there is that. So a lot of things are probably going to be changing, which is for the better, you know? We're doing a lot of big changes in 2025. And hopefully, again, I don't devolve into just playing Monster Hunter. And you know what? I might end up accidentally streaming every day when Monster Hunter comes out. And we'll just do Monster Hunter streams. And it's just me playing Monster Hunter. Actually, I was even thinking about like getting Monster Hunter before, like getting my PC before Monster Hunter comes out, because I don't think my laptop can handle this. So there might be a break in February where I'm not streaming for a bit because I need to port everything over. And then I might devolve into playing Monster Hunter. Look, I'm a sucker for Monster Hunter, okay? I just am. Also, ads are gonna come up in like 30 seconds and there's nothing I can do. But while those ads are playing, I'm gonna look up somebody to raid, because we're gonna be raiding. I usually don't like doing like just chatting streams for very long, so there is that. Oh my gosh, why is my tracking being weird? You know, when isn't it being weird? It's always weird. It's a weird little guy. You know what? Since I'm back, and there's somebody else that's also back, I will be doing that. Also, by the way, we started off with 379 followers this year, which is awesome. I don't know where we'll be like in the next month, or who knows how many, but I hope that, you know, we grow and we do more. And who knows where we'll be going. Oh, he's working on his new PNG. Okay. I was gonna do art and stuff, but I decided not to. Alright. While that goes, while the ads go, funny enough, he also is like finishing up on ads. You know what? I might pull up your stream, because sometimes I like watching your stream. Sometimes I just have people's streams like playing on in the background while I'm like doing stuff. I need to play that. We have oh, I'm in the middle of fucking. There's some games that I have that we need to play, and I might line that up for this month. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do, and we're gonna be rating this person and doing their as they're doing their art. Their art has definitely improved over time. I think I definitely need to do more art streams throughout time. It's just like I need to have more things set up is the issue. That's what I need to do. Actually, next week we're gonna be doing more kind of just like work along streams where I'm just working and everyone has like a buddy. And we just have buddies. And depending on how well that one goes, I might do one the next day as well. What the heck is this? I don't understand, but okay. I'm just like watching other people's stuff because I just want to like kind of have it there and just have fun. Man, you know what? I hate those like recap stuff. I don't know. There's so many like recap things. You want to know one thing that I forgot to do for the 2.0? Is I forgot to make a little panel for the Art of Chaos stuff. Because I was going to have it me reading the comic, and I completely forgot to make that. So I have to do that. But we do have some new animated emotes, and I'm excited because I think you guys might be excited for those. Actually, there is some 2.0 stuff that I do want to talk about before we end up rating, because I kind of want to like prep you guys for it. Oh, interesting. Hello, is everyone back from the ads? Before we raid out, I wanted to actually talk about 2.0 stuff really quickly. So first off, the 2.0 is going to be a little bit of a subathon as well. And also something that I kind of want to do, I haven't prepped it up for right now, but I'm going to do it at the end of January. And basically what it's going to be is at the end of January, I'm going to have a little thing because my mom's going to go on a trip. She doesn't know I'm going to do this, but because my mom's going to go on a trip, we might be streaming every single day, because the reason I also don't stream as much as I do is because I kind of don't want to be screaming all the damn time while she's here. So we might be doing more streaming during that time. I kind of wanted, what I want to do of why I want to stream is because all bits, subs, donations, and everything, I'm going to put aside, and it's going to be a little gift for my mom. So when she comes home, I'm going to be able to give her that from her vacation. And that's why I was thinking of doing, because actually January is her birth month. I'm not going to tell you what day, but January is her birth month, so I want to give that to her as a little bit of a birthday and a kind of Christmas present as well. And that's what I was planning for January. I'll talk about it a little bit more probably in other streams, not in collab streams. If I do collabs, I won't talk about it in there, only in these ones. But I'll have something a little set up, and that'll be for my mom. And basically it'll just all go to her. Every little thing that I make will go to her, and she can use it for whatever she needs to. Like, you know, if she wants to go and get herself a present, or she wants to take it and, you know, go on another vacation or something like that, or like, you know, get into a hobby or something like that, she can go and she can do whatever she wants with it, because it's just going to be me giving her something. And yeah. Because honestly, my mom and I are really hard to shop for, because we don't know what, you know, we never say what we want. For some reason we're super secretive about it. Because we have this like feeling that we need to get it ourselves, and it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah. But yeah, so that's for this month. But for next month, or not next month, but for 2.0, it is going to be a subathon. It's going to be a 1 week subathon where I'm going to be again doing a stream every single day. And there are sub goals, but there's a lot of incentives that I do have. And the other thing is that there's a particular sub goal that Jose did grace us with, and he said it was okay to do it. And if we get it, I will try and I will look into TOS to make sure that I can draw it live on stream during the subathon. So, it's good. It's a good one. It's a very good one. I enjoy it. I'm happy that he'll. Well, the thing is, I say he allowed me. He's the one that came up with the idea. Because I didn't know if he would be okay if I did that. Oh Lord, yeah, it is a Jose thing. It's funny. I know that laugh. I'm glad that over time people notice that I have certain laughs for things. I have a nervous laugh. I have a very evil laugh. I have my normal laugh, and I have my gremlin laugh. And you know that's something big's gonna happen when I do that laugh. Don't worry about it. But we do have some interesting stuff to come as well from that. So you know, when you join the 2.0 like stuff, it's gonna be a whole entire week of just having fun. And I know like a lot of people do say there's like a whole entire thing about people talking about like, oh, debuts are boring, and I'm like, that's why I'm gonna make it as scuff as freaking possible, because that's not boring. It's like, what the heck's going on? Like everything that can go, it's like the I don't know if you guys have ever been in theater, but there's a particular type of theater thing called there's literally, it's called Peter Pan, everything goes wrong, and basically everything that can go wrong does go wrong, but the entire play is on purpose to go wrong. And that's how the entirety of the stream, I want it to be everything, and everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Mic muted, scuffed, stuff not working, maybe things breaking, some things not put together completely right. Like, I'm going to purposely make it all like that. But it will make sense when the lore video happens. Like, it will line up correctly. Like, I even told Jose, I was like, this is gonna work perfectly. It's gonna work. But yeah, so without any further ado, we should probably go and raid out, because one, I want to take the puppers out before it gets too dark. The other thing I kind of have been thinking about doing as well, by the way, is trying to do earlier streams. So stream earlier than I normally do. The one reason is because it gets dark really fast out here. So I was like, because like it's 4 o'clock here and the sun's setting. Like, so yeah. The other thing is too, is that sometimes I do better in the mornings. Like I have more energy in the morning. And then like as the day progresses, I don't have very much energy. So it's like, I would like to give you guys more energy. So we are going to be trying some stuff out next week with kind of playing around with that idea. And also kind of streaming more, because I do want to stream more. Now that I have a lot of the 2.0 stuff done away with, I can now do more streaming. So that's kind of my plan. And we'll just see how it plays each week. For the most part, weekend streams will always be the same. Unless I say otherwise, like something comes up and like, or my mom and I kind of want to do something that day, then I will tell you guys that the stream is canceled. So for the most part, it'll always be weekends, and then there might be something throughout the weekday. So always check in to see if I'm going to be streaming, but the weekends always will be consistent, unless I say otherwise. So yeah. So without any further ado, let's do this. You know what I should do? I wonder if I can make a that'd be cool. If I could like make a chat, do the chat raid. That would be cool. Like make it on the stream deck that I can literally say, hey, do a chat message and type this. That'd be cool. Interesting. That's new. I don't want that though. It was like, hey, do you want shared chat? And I'm like, no, I don't want shared chat. I want to raid my friend. So let's get that raid going. So we're gonna raid Night Wolf. It's also his first stream back, so you know, give him a nice warm welcome to coming back. I know it's been like, you know, you guys haven't seen me since last year. I know it's been so freaking long, and now we're back. But yeah, and he's working on his like new PNG that is kind of more referencing to his eventually live 2D model that is currently being worked on. So that's big things. I don't know when he'll be debuting that, because I think it's still being worked on. So whenever it is, whenever it comes, I'm excited. But I'm also excited for his new PNG tuber. But yeah, so I do want to thank you all so much for coming and sitting in here and saying hello and everything. I will be seeing all of you tomorrow for our later stream, which will be a collab stream tomorrow at 6:30. So it will probably be, right now it's like 4, so imagine 2 hours later than whatever time it currently is. That's when I will be streaming tomorrow. But anyways, without any further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for being here. And as I always say, may the winds guide you. Until next time. Goodbye, everybody.